What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 4 different cryptos today. We're actually doing a specific request for Jonas the brother. He said 3 micro mini cap under the radar coins. So this is my hidden gems video, right? Some of these coins I've talked about before, right? And then one of them is actually new. I haven't talked about. I actually don't own, but I do plan on buying some after it dips. I wasn't planning on even making a video about it today, but I'm gonna do just kind of call it a rough introduction, maybe just some like general price analysis and stuff like that. But I'll go over the potential that all of these coins have, I suppose, where I could see them going potentially. So hit that like button and subscribe if you'd like. These are, I know you asked for 3, but I wrote down 4. Now, as far as a micro cap goes, a small cap goes, you said mini micro cap coins, under the radar coins. I don't know what that is to you. To me, that's under $100 million in market cap. There are plenty of coins that are under 10 million, under $5 million in market cap. Those are some micro cap coins, but I'm not trying to just shill any random project that could get any of you wrecked, or just like you put your money in and then it just never goes anywhere. You know, I want to talk about things that I actually believe people could make money on, and I do believe all of these coins that I'm going to talk about in this video, not only will they make money, but they could do absurd gains, like multiple 100x's, even 1000x or more is potential with all but one of these coins, really. One of these coins is above $100 million. Every other coin is below $100 million in market cap, and we'll go over all that as we go through. So hit that like button and subscribe. The first one on today's discussion is GTC. We're going to talk about GTC. It is $1.27 right now. It came out last cycle, toward the end of the cycle, and it's just gotten brutalized by the bear market, which is fortunate for everybody because you're buying at a lower price than most people who have interacted with this coin ever did. So that's saying something. And you recently had a pretty dramatic sell-off too. No, that's not a rug pull. Rug pulls are a lot bigger than that. You want to look at a rug pull here. Let's see. Here we go. Let's do it. Oh, it didn't include it. Isn't that funny? Maybe it's because I'm on the monthly. Nope. Let's see. It's still not showing. Maybe I should do. Is it UST? That was the rug pull. There you go. That's a rug pull. That is what a rug pull is. Anyways, GTC has a market cap of, let's see here. Spoiler alert for what the next coin's going to be. $77 million. So it's definitely low. It's not the lowest market cap that we're talking about, but it is pretty damn low of a market cap. Gitcoin, in my opinion, I think can go to new all-time highs this cycle. Just to put it back to its relative its current all-time highs would give it a 22.5x from its current price. So that's still impressive gains at its own, but 22.5x on 77 million. I mean, that's what that would be. 770 times 2 is 1.5 to 1.6 billion dollar market cap, right? That's great. That's a nice market cap, but that's not like pushing the limits. You absolutely could see greater than that. So let's just see how high could you go. You know, if you were to break your all-time highs, the minimum expected target would be, at a minimum from the current price, about a little bit over 60x. Your 1414 is at about 100x, and then your 1618 is at 200x. A little bit over 200x, right? So anywhere between 77 to 270 is a possible target by the end of the cycle, and you are at $1.27 now. I'm not going to go into what these coins do. I don't have enough time right now. I'm working on time, and I might not even. I'm hoping I can get this video done before my daughter wakes up, because this is during her midday nap, so I'm not going to go over what these coins do. If you are going to put money in these coins, do not look at this and be like, oh, he said it could go this high. I'm just going to put money into this blindly. No, look it up. Look it up. Do some research, figure out what it does. If you can't figure out what it does, maybe it's not for you. But if you can try and figure out what they are and decide if they're right for you, that's good. Do your own research, make your own decisions, you know, stuff like that. Gitcoin essentially is like a decentralized GitHub, just like roughly, if I could put it that way. Again, a minimum of like a 60x to potentially a 200x or greater could happen. Now, what would a 200x be? It's like a 210x. What would a 210x be from the current market cap of 77 million? If we take 77, multiply it by 210, that would give us a market cap of $16.1 billion, $16.2 billion, right? So that is a totally attainable market cap to have. Not only could it see a 200 $70 price, but it could see past that, absolutely. So very high potential in this coin, in my opinion. I do think it's at a relative low. I think it's at its accumulation phase. So once it breaks above 310, that's how you know it's on to higher prices. And I don't mean when you break above 310, you're all the way up here. I just mean you break above 310, get excited, because you're probably going to move up to 720 and then $20 and then beyond. You know, that's GTC. The next one for discussion is XCN Onyx coin, and this one was actually brought to my attention by a follower of the channel whose name I'm forgetting right now, which I feel ashamed that I'm even forgetting your name, bro. I can't believe I'm forgetting your name. It's not John Speed. It's JG Aesthetics. JG Aesthetics, you're the one that got me into XCN. Yeah, so shout out to JG. Yeah, XCN, man, it's got a a market cap of $57.6 billion or million dollars, 57.6. So that is a little bit of a lower market cap, which leaves the door open for greater gains potentially. You know, it absolutely could. The lower the market cap, the more potential there is. Also, the more the risk there is. I do like the way this chart is. It's just dumped off dramatically and then had a nice, like, rounded landing with a lot of volume coming in, definitely pushing the price up. It's nice to see already XCN has seen a price increase from its low to its relative high of a 6.5x. That's nice to see since October of last year. That's nice, and now we are, you know, we're just kind of stair-stepping our way up. We're at about 0.002 right now on the dollar scale, 0.002. Looking like we're finding support here, probably not going lower. I do think that we're going to move up soon. The next leg that I would expect would be anywhere between about 0.6 cents to 0.85 cents, somewhere in there, or higher. So, I mean, that's pretty nice, a little bit of a gain in the coming weeks, coming months probably. But over the cycle, I could see this thing as reclaiming all-time highs and seeing new all-time highs, of which, let's see, from relative high to low, cycle high to low, all-time high to all-time low. You know, to reclaim your highs, that'd be about a 51x, 52x right there. To hit your minimum expected target, if you were to see new all-time highs, that would be a 203.5x, 203x essentially. And the max expected target, man, that is a that is a 1,176x, which is insane, okay? It's insane, but let's see what that would do for the market cap, okay? We'll just do this one the old-fashioned way, circulating supply, total supply. Maybe we'll do the market cap. XCN, fun fact, they're not going to... It's not fully diluted, no, it's not, and that can deter people, but they're not going to dilute their market cap. They're not going to put new coins into the supply until April of next year, of 2025. So I think that's a large amount of time. And generally, when you see coins like this starting to put coins into circulation, they can still run up, and they often do. You might see it slow down a bit, but they will still run up. And again, that's April of 2025. I think the earliest the cycle could end would be April, so it's going to come out near the end of the cycle. I do expect the cycle to end in like October or at least later 2025, but when I say later, I just mean after June, but it could be December. It could end in 2026. Nobody knows. It could end this year. Nobody knows, but I really do think it'll be late 2025. But time will tell. Time will tell. The main thing that I'm trying to get at, if you're looking at the fully diluted valuation versus the current valuation, that isn't something that's necessarily attractive, but they're not going to dump all their coins on you once they do have a schedule release for that. And, you know, the inflation will be there, but there's not going to be any inflation until April of next year, till the end of this cycle. So that gives it a lot of time, I think, to grow. I just want to see what this, what 1,176 would be times the current market cap. 1,776 times, what was it, 56? 57.6. So this is in millions, okay? So every 1,000 is a billion. Okay, so that is 102 billion. I suppose that is possible. Maybe not for this coin this cycle. Maybe down the road, maybe. And again, that market cap might be attainable, but by the time you hit that market cap, your circulating supply might be a little bit different than it is now. So perhaps this price itself is never actually to be attained, or if not never, just perhaps further down the road than this cycle, than next cycle even, could be like 2 or 3 cycles, if not more down the line. Again, assuming this maintains relevance and gets acceptance and usage. I think this is definitely a possible number, a possible high to achieve this cycle, 86.5 cents. That would be about a 407x. As crazy as that sounds, 407.6 actually, right? 0.3, 407.3 times 57.6. This is in millions, so every 1,000 is a billion, right? So that there would be about 23.4 billion. That is an achievable market cap to achieve, and even double that is possible. But for something that's such a low cap right now, I think that is a accomplishment in itself. Let alone the 1272, which is the minimum required extension, or not required but expected extension, which would be about a 200x from here. So definitely high possibilities, high gains in this. If you want me to do the math real quick, I will. But let's just see. 22. It would be a 21x there, right? 201x times 55. I keep forgetting 55. It's 57.5.6. So that would be about 11 billion. So not quite 20 billion, right? The last one was 23.4 billion. This would be 11.5 billion. Still a dramatic improvement from 57 million, right? That would still be awesome. So very high potential in this one. Will it see that? I do expect it to see new all-time highs by the end of the cycle, but there's no promise for that. It might not even see new all-time highs. And if it doesn't, perhaps you stop out at your 886 or your 786, which as a minimum expectation, or like as a worst case scenario, that's still a 17.6x to a 27x. So that's still awesome. I don't think anybody would be upset with that. Definitely one that I'm excited for the rest of the cycle. And I can see other people are too, because they put a lot of interest in at these low levels here, but we'll see. Time will tell. The next one I want to talk about is a new coin that I've actually never talked about on this channel before. I have talked about it in Discord once, very briefly. XCN2, to just briefly explain what they are. It's a decentralized lending and borrowing. It's a DeFi token. That's what it is, right? It's just a DeFi. Not just a DeFi. It's a DeFi token. It's for lending and borrowing, and I'm fairly positive you can stake on it. I read the whole white paper, but I'm drawing a blank right now. I do plan on doing a more in-depth analysis, like a fundamental analysis on XCN and a few DeFi coins. But man, I've been planning that for a while, guys. It's been actually like a month and a half now, and I don't have time. But I need to make time. That's just an excuse. I need to just make time and do it. But this is not the video for that, unfortunately. But XCN, the next coin that I want to talk about is a DEX coin. It's called 4WMM, Four-Way Money Mirror. And I have a close personal friend in my life who actually she told me she met the guy that created this coin. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, I don't know. It seems, from what she told me, I believe her, that I believe him, that he was the creator. I can't really go into too much detail, but I have faith that he was. It's not like a huge cap coin or anything like that. This coin, let's see if we can figure it out. I wonder if it's even on CoinGecko. Let's see. Where is your market cap? Market cap is about 700K, okay, about $700,000. So you want a micro cap coin, you want a low cap gem, this could potentially be it. It is a Pulse Chain coin, so if you want to buy it, you will have to use Pulse Chain. If you're unfamiliar with that, you can look it up on YouTube. If you're using DEXs, if you're able to buy on DEXs, it should be pretty straightforward. Just get a Pulse wallet and then send some USDT or whatever to it, the tomato, whatever crypto you want to send to be able to swap or buy. I don't know. I haven't bought any myself. I don't know if you can do outright limit orders or if it's just swaps. I've actually never used Pulse Chain before, but I'm probably going to, because I do plan on buying some of this coin. It's gone up dramatically, you guys. This coin has already done phenomenal since December of 2023. It is up right now 525x, 524, almost 525x, which is just nuts. Okay, since December, so it's May now, 6 months time, essentially, right? That's crazy. That's bananas. A little bit over 6 months time, actually. It's bananas, guys. So I do expect it to see some kind of a pullback, but the amount of volume that's come in, and from what it sounds like, a little bit of the research I've gone into it, it does seem interesting to me. It does actually seem pretty interesting, and especially because it's such a low cap coin. Just imagine, we're talking about billions of dollars in market cap on the other coins. Let's talk about, you're at 700K, a $70 million market cap, which from 700K, that's quite a feat to accomplish. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to belittle that, but 70 million I think is definitely an achievable goal for any crypto. If they're legit, they're definitely, it's definitely an achievable goal. A $70 million market cap puts this thing at a 100x from its current price. Now, it's nothing compared to what it's done. It's nothing compared to the 500x that it's done since December, but dude, 100x is still great, especially on a, just like kind of a coin like this. I don't know. It could really grow in a short amount of time. There are only 869 in the total supply. You can actually go. Growth DeFi is the company or the organization, the project that's behind it. Growth DeFi. It's more than just four-way money mirror. There's like this whole ecosystem involved with it, but it seems interesting. It seems like Richard Hart might even actually have some interest in it himself. At least that's what I've seen on YouTube. Don't quote me on that. I've seen that on another channel. I saw somebody say that. So whether that's true or not, I'm actually not 100% sure, but he probably is in support of all Pulse projects, so that's probably nothing special. But maybe he does have a direct interest in this. I don't know, but that move right there is pretty impressive, coming out of these lows with the volume to back it. Absolutely. So something like this, again, 100x would put it at $70 million market cap. That's a 100x is a $70 million market cap. Think of a $700 million market cap. You guys want to get into a project, this is you're buying under $1 million market cap on something that's been around. It literally just like had its first wind that it's ever had in its life. You're under $1 million in market cap, even though it's at 500 and something X above. This is getting early. This is getting in early. Don't get me wrong. It would have been earlier down here. Not a whole lot of volume down there. You can see the volume over here. There's like 8 of them transacted, 20 of them transacted, whatever. But yeah, it's a very, very low cap coin in itself. It's kind of interesting. You earn reflections of 4 different coins that are involved with this project, and if you want to look it up yourself, you can, but again, this isn't the video for that. I do plan on doing a more in-depth video on this soon, just not today. The main thing I want to say is 70 million is achievable. 700 million, I think, is fairly achievable. That would be a 1,000x. This coin is not just 1,000xable. A 2,000x would be $1.4 billion. If this thing caught traction, if it got use case, if it gained popularity for whatever reason, $1.4 billion is a completely possible number to achieve. The top 100 cryptos right now are all, if not 1 billion exactly, they are very damn near $1 billion. Let's look it up. I actually did this the other day. Market cap, do that. At the lowest, the top 100 coin is over $1 billion. So we've got over 100 cryptos right now that are worth $1 billion in market cap valuation. When we're at the top, the peak of the cycle, there will probably be more than 200 coins that are over $1 billion in market cap valuation. I actually wonder what is the 200th coin market cap. Let's just see. 410,000. Yeah, I would assume that could double or more, right? You might even have, there will be an absurd amount of market cap valuation for the crypto market. Okay, so could this one see $1 billion this market cycle? I don't think so. I don't think it will. It doesn't need to see $1 billion to still see sick gains, though. So that's the benefit of something like this. You are literally getting in early. Now, hear me out with this coin. I do want to give a warning. You're gambling here. This is less than $1 million in market cap. This is the lowest cap coin I've ever talked about. It's the lowest cap anything that I've ever considered putting my own money into. That's not true. I have invested in a restaurant business, actually, personally. That was less. It was at a lower market cap than $1 million. that's neither here nor there. But as far as like charts go, as far as investing, not personally in person, but like OTC or across exchanges or on dexes, the lowest market cap I've ever messed with was not under $1 million. So this is a very low cap coin. If it has 100x, 1000x, multi-1000x potential, you might think, man, why don't I put all my money into this? I could make so much money. That's not the right way to think. You should think you could take a little bit of money and turn it into something very significant, right? And that's the way you should think about it, because that's how you mitigate risk. If it's got 1000x potential, what would $100 times 1,000 be? That's $100,000. You could bet $100. That's a fart in the wind for most people, right? I mean, nobody, I don't care how rich I am, man. I would be upset anytime I lose $100, right? If I have $100 and it flies out of my pocket, that hurts. I'm like, where'd my Benjamin go? You know, that's not a good feeling. But especially if you are one of many people who doesn't even have $1,000 to your name. A lot of Americans actually don't even have $1,000 in their bank account, you guys. It's just the way the world is, unfortunately. So don't get me wrong, $100 is not a small amount of money, but it is an attainable amount of money that I think each and every single person who's watching this video, or who could ever watch this video, could achieve, at least in the United States or in, like modern countries. Maybe there are countries around the world where $100 is pretty unattainable, but even then you could put a small amount of money into this and turn it into a large amount for your circumstances in the world. But I think $100 is a fairly attainable price, or a fairly attainable investment for most people. Most people could easily, I think, save $100 in a month's time, or even like a few weeks' time or a couple weeks' time, right? Like bills and everything aside. I know some people are living so tight, check to check, that you can't even spare $100. But if you're telling me you can't spare $100 in a month, or like even 2 weeks, I think you're not prioritizing your money right, or you're not working hard enough. It's one of the two. And if you are, I'm sorry. I don't know your situation. Everybody's situation is different. I'm just speaking for the average person, okay? I'm not trying to belittle anybody's efforts. I know things are hard. I know the world is tough, and not everybody has the same opportunities or position. I understand that, okay? I'm not trying. But what I am trying to say is this is an opportunity here, and $100 could turn into $100,000 if this thing did 1,000x, which is completely possible. Not only is 1,000x possible, but more than that's even possible. So you want to just roll the dice and say, screw it. That's kind of what I'm doing with this, but I'm going to do it with more than $100. I'm just going to put some screw it money in there and let it fly, see how it goes. Maybe it doesn't do 1,000x, boo-hoo. Maybe you put $100 in there and it only does 100x. Well, $100 and 100x, that turns into $10,000. It's still awesome. That's still awesome. If you're having a hard time scraping together $100, $10,000 off of a $100 investment will change your life, right? If you could put $1,000 in this thing, 100x would change your life, or 1,000x would change. You know what I mean? Like it can do well. So at any rate, there's only 869 of them. If you could put enough to buy one, you are buying a very significant portion of the overall circulating supply. So I think that's kind of cool in itself. But yeah, this thing's worth $800 now. Again, the whole thing that I was saying there, the reason why I was going over $100 as an investment specifically was I feel like when you hear the thought that this thing could 1,000x, you're like, I should just bet all my money. The thing is, it's worth less than $1 million. It could go to zero. It could literally go back. It's seen 500x in a very short amount of time, right? You could drop 50%, man. I mean, look at what a 50% drop from the current price actually would be, right? 50%, you're not even close to the entirety of this move. If you were to give back half of this move, you're at 90% already, right, of a drop. So is it the best time to get in after a 500x? I don't know. This is also why I personally wasn't planning on making this video on this thing until after it drops. I do expect it to drop personally to around its previous highs, if not even, because it's a low cap coin, I'm thinking around its closing high. That's at about an 80% drop from its current price. I could be wrong. It could go up, and that's why I'm going to buy some personally right now. I have a total amount of money, which I'm not going to disclose, but that I want to put into this. Again, it's not a large amount of money, not compared to my portfolio. It's a little bit of screw it money, and I'm just going to have some fun with it. I'm taking half of it. I'm going to put it in now, and then if it drops, which I think it will, I'm going to throw the other half in there. And if it doesn't drop and it goes up, I could just buy more up there too. You know, that's okay. It's at such a low cap, guys, that even if it doubled in price from here, there's still a lot of opportunity to be had. But nothing moves up forever. I think a 500x is insane, and I think if we look at the daily for what it's worth, it does look like it kind of wants to roll over. I think so. I think it does. I want to look at the relative fib here, relative high to low. I mean, I very much think that you're going lower. I very much do. Once you break below 733, I very much believe that it's on to the downside to about $500, maybe even all the way down to $300. But the real target that I'm looking for is 184. Is that the real target? Is that it? Was it the daily or the weekly that I was looking for? It was the weekly close. Hold on. It might be 184. Wow, that's low, man. Yeah. I mean, genuinely, just back testing to a previous all-time high. And the reason why I said, 500 to 300 is because that's where your 2272 is. You might tip the all-time high itself, not the closing high. I would probably, if it dropped, I'd probably start buying above $300, honestly. I probably would personally. That's just my style. I'm okay. Even if it goes to 141, I'm okay with buying there because you're getting it at such a massive discount anyways. And that's the name of the game with this token, man. If you're going to buy here and it drops 90% on you, you just got to eat that. You got to wait patiently because it could drop 90% and then go up 1,000x right there, right? Like that's, or maybe not even 1,000x, but 100x from your original buy. So this one, caution, a large barrel full of caution, but at the same time it has my interest. I would suggest anybody and everybody, if you want to buy this coin, to look into it first, see if it's right for you. If you can't make heads or tails of it, maybe not. I can't really make heads or tails of it, honestly. It's a bit confusing to me, but I am trying to understand it, and I'm trying to get all the information that I can before I actually make a real video on it. But I've already gone into too much length describing it right now. I feel like that's too much, and that's okay. Maybe it flops, maybe it doesn't, but again, even if it flops, I don't care. I'm putting a very small amount of money into it. If it does well, great. That small amount of money can turn into a large amount of money, man. Trust me, you don't need a lot of money to make a lot of money. Not with crypto, not if you get in early, and that project there is the definition of getting in early. The last one I want to talk about is the only one that's above $100 million in market cap, and this is the one that I hold the most of out of all of these coins that I've talked about, is Blue Zell. And I love Blue Zell, man. Why I love Blue Zell, and I wouldn't consider this a micro cap necessarily because it's over $100 million, but maybe that is a micro cap. I don't know. That's subjective to anybody. But Blue Zell has a current market cap of $122 million. That's still a fairly low market cap with, I think, insane potential to reach some gains over the course of this cycle. Blue Zell's been around since 2017 or 2018. I thought it's been around since 2017. Maybe it's been around since 2018. But it's been around enough to see one full bull cycle and two full bear cycles. So that's older than most cryptos. It has maintained higher lows, and it hasn't gotten higher highs yet. But I very much do expect that it will see new all-time highs this cycle. And based off of its current all-time high to all-time low, again, just assuming this is like the overall consolidation phase. Normally I would take a relative high to low, and we can do that as well. But being that this is the overall consolidation phase, I think taking the high to the low of this phase is appropriate. I think it's appropriate. Look, you're even finding support on it here at the end of this bear cycle, right? So the minimum target would be 384. Maximum target in the expected range would be $22. From the current price, that would be a gain of about 13x, 14x essentially, to about a 79x. And personally, you guys, I do believe Blue Zell is capable of achieving a higher market cap than that, or a higher price than that. You really could see a 300x plus with this thing. I'm thinking it could see above $100, and that would put it around a 400x, but not quite. I genuinely do have a $100 price target for this thing by the end of the cycle. Time will tell. Let's just see what that would do. Let's see. Right here from the current price, a $100 price, if I can get to it, that would be 343x. So that'd be a 343x. 343 times the market cap is 122.4. 122.4 equals 41.9 billion, essentially $42 billion absolutely attainable for something like this. Not only is that, you guys, this has been around for multiple cycles and it's done all right for itself. It's one of a handful of cryptos. Like there's literally 4 or 5 cryptos in this. I did an analysis about a month ago talking about comparing coins to Bitcoin since the end of the bear cycle and how well they've done. I'm surprised my daughter hasn't woken up, man. I'm glad because I'm getting to the end of this video now. If I have to go, just that's that. But absolutely, a $100 price is possible. Even with this, you guys, a $200 price is possible. By the end of this cycle, I'm not so sure, but inevitably sure. But BlueZell is a gaming token. It's a gaming storage token, gaming storage blockchain token. They have their own blockchain. That's why I said that. But which is, I think, a little bit interesting too, because a lot of cryptos, most cryptos don't have their own blockchain. They aim to have their own blockchain, but they don't. But I got sidetracked. What I was trying to say is that a coin that's been around for multiple cycles and it hasn't seen lower lows, even though it hasn't seen higher highs, that's impressive in itself to me. And it doesn't look like it here, not on this chart, but I'll go over it real quick. But there's more volume, dramatically more volume going into this pump than there was last cycle. Okay, there's dramatically more volume going into it, and that's why I have faith that we could see new all-time highs this cycle. And I'll go over that in just a second. But relative high to low, you know, the 1618 lines up with that. The 2272 lines up with the 1618 pretty well. So even if it doesn't see that crazy awesome 340x, you know, you could still see like a 70, 80x. That's kind of my personal minimum expectation, would be around $20. I don't think we're going to stop at $3, $4. I don't think we are, but even that's a 12x, 13x. So that's boohoo. You made a 13x. That's still awesome. You know what I mean? I think anybody would be okay with making a 13x. But again, focus on the volume here. This is on the reason I'm using this chart is because it has the most history that I could find. The volume here says right now on this pump it had, and that's the volume over there, it says 342 million. At the highest it says 1.34 billion. That was the highest, all right, versus 320 something million. If you go to BLZ USD on Binance, nope, USDT, sorry, USDT, the volume is dramatically higher here. The volume that we got was actually 7.986 billion. 7.986 billion is dramatically larger than this high over here in volume, which was 1.34 billion. So in other words, we are seeing more volume at a higher price, which means this is because this volume here, it's not in dollars. When this volume over here, it's not in dollars, it's in the coin itself. So not only do you have more volume in the coin over here, you have more volume in the overall value of dollars that's going into it as well. Dramatically more. So being that it's held a higher low, it's having a very bullish eruption. I can't help but think it will see a higher high. And if it sees a higher high, I think it will break its all-time high. And if it breaks its all-time high, the minimum expected target's a 13x. But truthfully, I would think we'd at least hit $20, which is pretty awesome from the current price. And genuinely, I think it could see not only $100, but prices higher than that. Given the current market cap that it would take to reach $100, that's 42 billion. That's totally achievable for something that's been around for 2 bear cycles, has seen increasing in volume, increased interest. It's a gaming token. This cycle could be that gaming cycle pump, you know, that a lot of people have been waiting for since last cycle. We kind of missed it last cycle, but it might be coming around. A lot of people are theorizing that this could be the cycle now. And if not, and it doesn't do what I think it's going to do, a 13x, I'll take it. I won't be upset about that at all. Either way, it's going to make money. But BlueZell, I think, deserves to be in this video because even though it's not like the lowest cap coin, it's still a pretty low cap coin, and I think you are getting in at a relatively good time. If it drops from here, doing some relative TA, you're at about 28.5 cents now. If it drops from here, it really could go below 20 cents. Is it the best time to get in? I mean, man, it's between this one and this one for me right now. I'm probably going to put like a decent amount of cash in this one soon, and just a little bit of scoot money in this. But these are the two that I have interest in buying right now. This one I definitely would be okay with buying here. I'm actually tempted to buy. I'm probably going to buy some actually after this video, genuinely, and I will post it in the Discord and on x.com. If you're not following me on x.com, my profile is Chris Harris 8 BTC Chris. That's me, BT Chris. That's me. I used to have long hair. I haven't made a post in quite some time, but I'll probably make a post whenever I purchase some BlueZell. I'm probably going to buy some here, man, honestly. My last purchase was at 26 cents, so I'm buying a little bit higher than that. But, man, you're at lows that we haven't seen in quite a while. Daily RSI is oversold. Ooh, you know what? I might wait. Oh, dude. It's close. It's really close, you guys. I think, oh, man, where are you going to go? I might just buy here and say screw it, not try to play the game. 26.4 to 25.3. We're at 28.5. I'm probably just going to buy here, yeah, personally. So, but yeah, I have a lot of faith in this. This is one of my bigger holds out of my total portfolio, and I'm about to add more to it. So that's that. I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you had fun. I don't normally make videos like this, but none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but if you do have interest in buying any of these coins, please do your own research. Please look into it and decide if it's right for you. I hear my daughter waking up, so I'm going to go. With that, I leave you. Hit that like button and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.